It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. A month or so ago, I went down to Moor Beer Company and I produced a collaboration beer with them called Steady Walker. It's a lower ABV beer of the old Freddie Walker, which is one of my all-time favourite beers. It's an old ale at 7.3% ABV. So back in the summer of 2022, I went to the Camera Great British Beer Festival. In fact, I'm going to rewind back a little bit further because it was actually before that. Let's get this out into a glass and see what we get. And I'll tell you the story of how this beer came about. So beer in the glass then. Beer in the glass. Look at this. Oh, did you see that right at the last minute? Lovely levels of carbonation rushing to the top of the glass. You've got a one finger tan coloured head that is dissipating quite quickly. It is a jet black beer in the glass. I should know the ABV. It's 4.8% ABV. I brewed it with Moor. I should know the ABV off by heart, but there we go. Forgot my lines. Let's get the aroma on the beer. Oh, it's really toasty. Toasty, nutty, bready, biscuity, hoppy. A little bit of raisin, a little bit of plum, a little bit of prune. Oh, it smells amazing. I'm going to get into the beer review before I tell my story. I think that's the most important thing anyway. Let's dive into this. It smells delightful. Oh yeah. Now, I'm drinking this for the first time in a can with you. Now, some of you might have seen, I was down at Moor Beer Company launching this beer 2 weeks ago, and I did a review down at Moor Beer Company where we all tasted the beer together for the first time. That was on cask. Now, I'm having this for the first time in a can, in a packaged product, which I'm really proud about. I'm really proud. I'm really happy by the look, the can design. It looks fantastic. I'm really proud that they got Moor Beer Company on the top, which is terrific. But then you got that lovely kind of Real Ale Craft Beer badge on the bottom, which is quite lovely, really. It's quite to have something as big and bold as that on the front is gives me goosebumps. It really does. Because I'm really proud of what I do. I don't talk about it much, but I'm really proud of about what I do on YouTube. Drinking 8,500 beers over a spell of nearly 13 years. I never stand here and talk about myself. I don't think it's about me. I think it's about the beer. But in this instance, with my label on the front of this can, it's a very proud moment for me. Every collaboration that I brew with brewers all over Europe and America, I'm very kind of proud of. But there's this one kind of got me a little bit. Got me goosebumpy with the branding on the front of the can. I thought it was really good. Really, really good. It kind of just drives home. It really drives home what, because I never think about it. I set up the camera on the tripod, whether it be in the bar or here. I press record, I record the beer reviews, I upload them to YouTube. And that's as far as my thinking goes. Which beer is next? Is it going to be this barrel-aged Imperial Porter from, this one come from the Netherlands? I mean, is this the next beer that I'm going to review? You know, am I going to review some sausage with it or some nice cheese or, something like that? I never kind of just go, right, okay, let's think about me for a minute. I never do. But anyway, so it's really nice to have my label on the front of the can, and it gives me a small opportunity. And I come into this beer review not knowing that I was going to say that, really. It just kind of spilled out of my mouth. But flavours of the beer, if you rock the beer back and forth, look at the carbonation chasing that head up the glass. Got a lovely creamy mouthfeel. Yet it's very drinkable. You're greeted by a touch of tobacco smoke, a little bit of bitter chocolate, a little bit of bitter coffee, a little bit of sweet caramel, and then like a peppery, spicy, bitter finish on the back end with a bit of plum and prune and fig. It really is a delicious, delicious beer. So, how did it come about? So, I was in Brew London in May 2022. Well, 6 months ago now. I was in Brew London, and I met a lovely bloke called Gavin. And Gavin was like, how's it going? Fellow South Walian, talked about the beer and the channel and everything else, and he chatted to me about beer. And we talked about, I can't remember if I spoke about a collaboration with Moor or Gavin spoke about a collaboration with me. It was 6 months ago. But anyway, we decided to talk about a collaboration. One of us led the conversation. I was asked to meet the wonderful Justin of Moor Beer Company at the Great British Beer Festival in August. So 3 months passed by where we just kind of discussed and chatted. And so I met Justin. We had a couple of beers in the GBBF, Great British Beer Festival. What a guy. And very knowledgeable. I mean, I could have stood there and bent his ear and talked to him about beer all afternoon, because that guy has been there from the very start. He was there when his father was drinking the likes of Sierra Nevada Pale Ale and Sierra Nevada Torpedo when it was kind of in its infancy. He remembers when these companies were coming about. And yeah, we talked beer for a long time, and then we kind of then talked about what we would like to do. And I told him Freddie Walker was one of my favourite beers of all time. And he said, well, why don't we do a lighter version of it, a milder version of it? And I thought, wow, what a moment. You know, what a moment in what we're doing here on YouTube. To be asked for, I mean, this beer, old Freddie Walker has won multiple awards all over the world in beer. To be asked to brew anything remotely with the old Freddie Walker name was just, it bowled me over, absolutely bowled me over. So then it happened in, I think October, very early October, or it was either the very end of September or very early October that the beer was then brewed. I then went to the launch party 2 weeks ago, and now I'm standing here. The beer has been in my hand for just a day or two. They sent me a lovely pump clip as well, so you'll be able to see it in the reviews going forward. I've put the pump clip, the Moor Steady Walker pump clip, on the bar, so you'll be able to see the pump clip on the bar going forward, which I'm really proud about. Again, but yeah, all the beers are live beers, so there's a little bit of kind of second fermentation going on in the can, which is very unique. And the other thing that really impressed me with Moor Beer Company whilst I was down there was their lagering. Their lagering was tremendous. They had like 3 or 4 different lagering tanks, which was amazing. But anyway, rating and reviewing this beer, giving it a rating. Smells good, tastes good, loads of flavour. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. I love this beer enough to give it a stone the crows. A stone the crows. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.